Are you ready for something huge? I hope so, because it's happening either way. I am launching my podcast, and the first episode is coming out at the end of this week. Introducing Bubble Pop with Rachel Gilmore. Yeah, I know it's the same name as my other stuff, but it's called Building an Empire, babe. This is gonna be a video podcast that is published every week on YouTube, Spotify, Apple Music, wherever you like to listen, assuming I can figure it out technically. And I'm gonna break down the main headlines you need to know from the news that week, so you can stay informed without having to doom scroll every day. Then we'll sit down for a chat with someone incredibly interesting, cool, and smart every week. Or some other weeks, we might just spend that time doing a deep dive into an investigation that deserves a closer look. I think this show is going to be really fun and a lot of work. But with the mainstream media really failing to meet the moment right now, and with bad actors calling themselves independent journalists while spreading lies, and with a previously really good indie news podcast kind of falling off, you know which one I mean. I want to give you a place where you can get news you can trust from someone you know. For a few years now, you guys have already been trusting me to bring you daily news videos. These have been on a range of topics, from politics to far-right extremism to attacks on human rights to the rise of the tech broligarchs. And I've got the credentials to back up this reporting. I worked in mainstream media in national newsrooms for 7 years before I went independent. I won a Press Freedom Award. I've served in Canada's Parliamentary Press Gallery. I worked for a while in journalism in the US, albeit remotely, and did a non-remote placement in Tunisia. I have got the experience to know what I'm doing. And look, I know we're tired of the way that mainstream media pretends to have zero bias when that is impossible. As humans, every word we choose to use is a subjective choice. You can't ever fully get away from bias. So instead, I'm transparent. You know that when it comes to my reporting, some things aren't up for debate. We know that racism is wrong. We know that trans rights are human rights. We know that climate change is real, that reality matters, and that politicians should be called out for lying. But I will also never leave out clear, undisputed facts to convince you of my position. I have been trying to do journalism differently because I think we need it. And that's why I'm so excited to be launching this podcast. So check out the link in my bio to find out all the places where you can subscribe. Let's pop some bubbles and have fun while we do it. Now please actually tell me this time, because I am so nervous and excited. What do you think of all this?